What's up, nerds? Welcome back to another video. The first video on this channel, Uneducated Psychologist, a channel where we take a look at interactions from the internet to IRL and everything in between. And today's video, we have a real spicy one for you. So this is a case study where I talked to a few boomers at the gym and didn't exactly get the adult lesson learned that I'd like, and because they didn't want to teach me the lesson, I am presenting everything that happened to you and going to see if you can come up with a lesson for us. So, without further ado, today's video: old men, sheeple, ego, and safety. A discussion with Uneducated Psychologist. And really, before we go any further, huge big preface: what you're about to see is highly opinionated. I did not get an adult lesson learned from these boomers, despite asking them directly to their face if they have a lesson to teach me. So this is all going to be me presenting everything that happened. I doubt these boomers have YouTube channels where they're going to display their side. So obviously, it's highly opinionated. I'm going to do my best to present everything that I've done, tell you everything that I have acted like and everything, and the rest is on to you guys. So, a little bit of context going into this video, a little bit of background, because this was not the first interaction with the head boomer. And so, December 1st, I uploaded a video to my main channel. So last night when I was done at the gym, I left my shower towel in the car because I had no dirty clothes that needed to be taken out, so I left my gym bag, and my gym bag had my towel on top of it. Fast forward tonight, I'm done at the gym, I'm going to go into the pool, and I want to do some laps, sauna, steam room, hot tub, bullshit like that. But before I can get all that started, I've got a cold, wet towel, so I put it in the sauna so it can dry up. About 20 minutes later, after rotating through steam sauna, doing all this different stuff, I decided to go look for my towel. What happened? An old man decided to move it because, oh, the reckless, entitled, danger millennial wants to create a fire hazard, and I better not do that again or I'm going to get reported. Oh, how dare I? Motherfucker, I was watching that towel for 30 fucking minutes. I've been doing this gym shit my whole fucking life, and you're trying to sit here and call me reckless? Motherfucker, go mind your own fucking business, old man. Like, I get it, well intent. Oh, don't want the building to burn down, but shut the fuck up. Okay. So, that seems a little aggressive, doesn't it? Something that I really would like to clarify before moving forward is that part of YouTube, and the reason I preface this as highly opinionated, is this is partially comedy for me. This is partially a way of catharsis, expressing myself, a way of, because I can't talk like that to these people, because if I want them to take them seriously, if I want to get a response. So that's me being in shorts, me being on this channel. Part of it is like the anger translator. I've got calm Obama talking to the adults. Yes, and why is that a fire hazard? Yes, I'd like an explanation, please. I don't know why that's kind of Obama, kind of Sean Connery, but that's my calm voice. But then when I'm in the car, fuck the calm voice, motherfucker! Why the fuck you touching my shit? So, and just something that I didn't mention in the video for clarification is that the old man, I am in the steam room, which is right next to the sauna with a thin wall in between, and I could hear him preaching about the dangers and the fire hazards to the people who didn't own the towel and before taking it out, and then I, go in to look inside, my towel's not there, he gives, fire hazard, I say, whatever, man, and I go out and I leave. That's the context of the pre-situation. Now, the new situation, aka what just happened yesterday before uploading this video. So, I have already been in the sauna for 15 minutes with 3 other people who did not say a thing about me drying my towel, because I have a couple towels I bring with me. You should bring a face towel, you should bring foot towel if you don't bring one, just pointing that out. So, I take my first towel out that's now dry with me. I leave. I go into the hot tub for 10 minutes. Again, this is a hot tub, sauna, steam room routine. I shower after the hot tub and grab my towel that I had left in the car by accident again, because again, I've got multiple towels. Cold and wet, I just used it to dry myself from the shower, and I go into the sauna for a final stretch and towel dry routine before leaving. Now, at this point, I have my second towel. I have finished up my hot tub and shower. I am wet, soaking wet. I am going to go into the sauna to dry, stretch, warm my towel a bit, and then go do the rest of my stuff. Uneducated Psychologist presents We Don't Do That Here. That's a fire hazard, and we don't do that in here. You're going to have to go get the lifeguard and tell him to move my towel, because this is not a fire hazard. Maybe if I was a real prick and hung my towel like this, it's hanging on the side, and the stick figure holding it over is, a fucking prick. Because if you're doing that, that's blatantly dangerous, which is not what I was doing. But while I am moving the towel to that, in this position, he gets out and goes to get the lifeguard. And you can see, while I am demonstrating the improper way to get the towel, old man gets up to get a lifeguard. I see how it is. Remember from the last slide, he had put his hands on my property and knows that with me here, he will not be able to put his hands on my property again. That's why he's getting the lifeguard, because he doesn't want to start a fight. I don't want to start a fight. There's no need to start a fight when there's someone who is, essentially mommy. You got to go cry to mommy. I called him out. Look, if you're a little fucking piss baby and you want to go cry to mommy, go fucking cry to mommy, because I'm not going to sit here and put up with your bullshit. And so now, while he is going out and doing this, I'm getting chirped at by the two boomers who had nothing to say when I was drying off my first towel with them for 15 minutes in the sauna. They had nothing to say to me while I was doing that. But all of a sudden, now that King Boomer is here to be the fucking asshole to stand up to the fucking entitled, asshole millennial, now they're ready to chirp up about how it's a fire hazard having my towel there. So once a lifeguard comes, I do exactly as he says. I remove my towel, put it on the rack outside, and then I come back in the sauna to finish my stretching, because I was not in here to leave the towel on and do any sort of whatever. I'm just here to finish my shit and leave. Simple. I ain't bothering no one. I ain't talking to no one. I ain't doing shit. So, after all of this, of course, I want to ask, what's the deal? Because you just had to say something. You just had to cry to mommy. You couldn't mind your own fucking business for 5 fucking minutes. From a kid point of view, I need to figure out from the adults, what's the lesson to be learned? Why act like this? What is the purpose of acting like this? Uneducated Psychologist presents Part 2. So, what now? So I ask him, so what now? Anything else to say? It's a fire hazard. You can't do that. That's not a real answer. This is not a fire hazard. Can you give me an actual reason why this is a fire hazard? It could catch on fire. That's why you need to remove it. So how then is my towel, which is hanging on the side, going to get on top of the sauna machine? That's why I asked if I'm the fire hazard standing next to the sauna. Quit trying to be an instigator and shut up. How am I the instigator when he's the one that told me to remove it? I'm just asking questions from adults to better understand why this is a fire hazard. Let's say that it could get hot enough to spontaneously combust my towel. Does it not concern you that we're in a wooden box right now? There are hundreds of forest fires a year, some of which start to conditions being so hot and dry that things spontaneously combust. Now, I'm not trying to postulate that this room is going to spontaneously combust right now. I'm just mentioning that so you see my point of view of you giving me non-answers. I mean, you're adults. You should know better than me. I'm asking you for a legitimate reason that isn't just follow the rules. I'm just trying to learn a lesson, and y'all are not giving me, you're not helping me learn this lesson. Aren't you adults? You can't give me anything here? I'm genuinely asking. Again, to break character from the skit, I'm talking cool as a cucumber, baby. I'm Sean Connery Obama. Yeah, I'm just looking for some answers. Let me be clear. I'm just looking for some answers. I'm not, there's no screaming. There's no anything like this. And they just couldn't. So fucking disappointing. So none of these people have given me any answers. I haven't really got a solid answer for myself. But I know what steps I want to take. And one of the steps I want to take is to see if it is possible for that, I am the fire hazard. Okay, Luke, maybe you're the fucking problem, right? Hey, like frost current, if everywhere you go's a flame, maybe you should take a little step back to see if maybe you're a fucking match. So, hey, maybe I am the fire hazard. Maybe I am the fucking problem here. So I figured let's set up a little experiment and see if there's any way to test, my theory. So we went back to the sauna and we recreated everything. So here, for context, this is my towel. This is me showering with my towel. As you can see, what I have done, just like I recreated, I showered after using the hot tub and pool area because, that's what you're supposed to do. And you can see I dry myself with the top half of my towel, consistently using the top half, arms, face, body a little bit, trying not to drip all over the place. And you can see when I hang my towel, you can see how it is wrapped around the top bar. And in fact, not only is it wrapped around, but it's brought in on itself behind the wood so that, it's not like I'm just like schloop dripping it over. If somehow it does fall underneath, it falls along the outside. Just so you have an idea of the experiment that I'm performing, because who's really good at calculating out experiments and who's really good at finding values and everything like that? Hey, everybody's favorite AI, ChatGPT. So I gave him this situation with the towel next to the rocks, wrapped around with a towel spontaneously combusting just to see what happened. So this first example we've got here is with a cold, wet towel near the sauna, not on the sauna, to see what temperature it would need to spontaneously combust. And if you look over here in the corner, you need to get to 105.6 degrees Celsius with a cold towel weight of 0.5 kilograms, which is about, a towel size yay big tops, right? So you would need to get to 105.6 degrees Celsius, which is 220 degrees Fahrenheit, which is almost 30 degrees higher than what saunas are made to go to. Saunas usually max out 195, 200 degrees, so 20 to 30 degrees hotter, which is really only possible if you are already dangerously using the sauna with either pouring water on the rocks or having too many people or just overclocking itself. So ignoring the dangers that come with all of that, that's what you need to get to spontaneously combust the towel. Now, what about if my towel would fall over? Because, hey, maybe what they're saying is I'm standing next to my towel and I'm going to bop it and it's going to fall over and fall into the rocks and light on fire, right? Even though I have, as you have seen, wrapped my towel around. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, what happens? Can you come up with this question for wrapping the towel, the cold towel and everything like that? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, what pops up? And ChatGPT popped back to me and it said that it would need 5.88 newtons of force on the towel to pull it down, right? And so 5.8 newtons, what the hell is that? So 5.8 newtons is 1.32 pound force. Now you're thinking, hey, 1.32 pound force, that's fucking cake. Are you kidding me? That's like schloop. I mean, that's a fucking fire hazard, Luke. I mean, hey, calm down, buddy. Remember, this is a 0.5 kilogram towel square. This is not a 5-foot long towel, green towel that you have seen, okay? So if we just say that, let's just say it's a 5 kilogram towel, right? A factor of 10, right? You need 10 plus pounds. And that's even I'm assuming that the formula works out to a factor of 10 is directly going to make this 1.32 to 10.3, right? I'm not even sure if that's how it is, so you feel free to double check me on that, but let's just assume that that's how it is worked. That a 10, factoring it up by a scale of 10, factors up the answer by 10, right? 10 fucking pounds of force? Is an alien species gonna come and just 10 pounds of force chuck my fucking towel? Are they trying to say that I'm going to exert 10 pounds of force to throw it onto the rocks? Like, the point of this experiment with ChatGPT, the whole reason we go through all of this, is that this is not a fucking answer. This is not all this bullshit that they're trying to give me about safety, all these boomers, all this shit. It's all bullshit. So what's the real fucking answer? Reading between the lines, what's the just follow the rules, you know, what's the actual fucking thing here? Give me the fucking real answer. Hey, if you don't like me, you think I'm an asshole, hey, you know, personal, anything like that, give me, if it's a fucking ego-based answer, if it's something, give me that. Don't give me this bullshit and try and say like, oh, you should believe all this because, hey, I know that this towels can get hot and towels can spontaneously combust and you don't want it to spontaneously combust. Oh, well, let's fucking do the math then and see if you're an idiot or if I'm the fucking asshole. So now that we've done that, what? I mean, what's the answer? I mean, really, now that a supercomputer has proved that both of their reasons are totally outside the realm of possibility, what's the real reason that this is a fire hazard? Now, I think that they're just sheeple. They have no critical thinking. They're just going through life. They've got better things to do, and this is their default interaction with people. Hey, I stick my head in the sand and I do nothing whenever anyone tells me anything. No critical thinking, no anything like that. And it's gotten me through life great. And you should do the same and just follow the rules and no critical thinking and just move on. Because, again, I am not doing this as like a dangerous asshole. This is not the first time I've been doing this. A little off script. This is my 10th year of sauna-ing and being in the sauna and the gym and everything. It's not like this is my first rodeo here. It's not like I haven't seen people treat the sauna like shit. It's not like I haven't preached to people how they should treat the sauna and stuff. You know, so what's the assumptions? What's the background? Why are you giving me this answer? Because if I was maybe an older person doing this, maybe someone who you could tell by looking at my skin and my face and my body and everything, it's like, oh, this man's been in the sauna for, 30 years. He obviously knows what he's doing. I don't need to say shit, but when it's a young guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's dangerous and it's a fire hazard and I've got to tell him how he needs to live his life. So that's just a little bit of the thinking behind me, because what's the point? I mean, and these two boomers who had nothing to say to me when I did the exact same thing drying my first towel, now why all of a sudden do they feel the need to step up and treat me like this and pile on like this when there's no logical, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Knowing what you know now, going through the supercomputer, going through all that, I mean, what do you think as the viewer, really? Because that's where this video ends. Time for you to decide. What do you think? Old men and boomers are right. I'm dangerous and entitled. Do you think I'm right? These people have no critical thinking skills and they're sheeple who just, for whatever reason, I don't know their motivations, they think that it's a good thing to not question stuff. I mean, hey, maybe in the grander ideal things, maybe this is the 1% of situations where, oh, Luke, well, you got a point at this point, maybe, but in general, 90% of the time, it's better to just follow the rules. But in this specific scenario, I can see why you did that. Hey, I mean, hey, if that's what you think, sure. Or is it somewhere in the middle, and this could have been handled better with different communication, which, I mean, it's kind of a blanket answer. So if you go with that, at least try and elaborate more in the contents, context below, comments down below what you mean. But that's pretty much it. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for sticking around and watching it. So at the end of the videos, what I like to do is a little TLDR. So if you skipped ahead and you just got to this point, comment down below. If it made sense, please interact with me. That's the whole point of these. Everything comes from interactions. This whole channel, you'll see as more videos come out, it's just, people talking to each other on the internet, people talking to each other in real life, different things, so the different ways that social media interacts or changes interactions and how they play out, in different, areas of society, everything like that. So First video done, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. Keep an eye out for more. And if you have anything else, please comment down below. So, thanks for watching. Smoke grass. Eat ass. Deuces.